Some corridor landlords say they're frustrated with a city ordinance passed last year in Cedar Rapids that requires them to attend a training course on renting properties and pay a city tax.
3 landlords filed a lawsuit this morning stating that they want to be treated fairly and they are ready to see some changes. CBS 2 News reporter Marissa Scott live in Cedar Rapids now with more details. Marissa.
Scott and Tiffany, the 2013 Housing Code says that Cedar Rapids landlords must attend a training, pay a city tax, and obtain a business permit. It also requires them to perform a background check on tenants before they move in. They claim the city is working against them and not with them when it comes to doing their job.
Of the founding calls, I would not be granted an eviction.
Landlords like Jeff Niemeyer say the city is trying to be the middleman when it comes to a housing lease agreement.
The city is basically saying you cannot have a contract with a private individual unless you're authorized to do so by the city.
Niemeyer owns 42 units in Cedar Rapids, including these student apartments.
The tenant is the one that's responsible for the property during the terms of their lease. And they're the ones that need to be held accountable for what they do during that time.
Some of the properties he owns have been deemed nuisance properties. That means at some point, police were called to the property with a complaint about someone who lives there. In those cases, the individuals aren't charged, but owners like Niemeyer are fined. He says the city won't write citations to his tenants. He's hoping that will change. Other landlords agree.
I think what they've done is to take a very restrictive position, thinking that the only way to manage crime in Cedar Rapids is to put it on the backs of landlords, and that's not the way to do it.
Really don't know a tenant until they move in, just like an employee. I don't know how good of an employee that person is going to be until we hire them. I don't know how good of a tenant that tenant's going to be until they move in.
This is the application that Jeff uses when a tenant moves into his properties. Now, he already does a background check, and he says the city should make the training optional. He says that after going through the training once, that's enough. And we did reach out to the city for comment. They know about the lawsuit, but they were unable to speak with us. Covering the corridor in Cedar Rapids, Marissa Scott, CBS 2 News.